Hi guys, welcome to an Overbite review, and today we are having a look at the Steam controller. Ooh. Now the controller itself looks like this. It's a big hefty lump of a thing. It's actually bigger than the Xbox One controller. You can, where's it gone? Which is big. I'll keep that there for comparison because it is laid out similar to the Xbox One controller in the fact that it has X, Y, B, A buttons. They're down here, they're a little bit smaller, that sort of job, but we'll get into that as I give you a tour of the actual device itself. Now this has been released as part of Steam's push to make the PC a living room, sit on your couch type of experience, which is all well and good. Well, the Steam Link, the Steam controller, and of course the Vive as well, which you won't be sitting on your couch for. In fact, you'll probably have to move your couch because it requires so much fucking room. But moving on to the main thing, what we're talking about today is the controller, none of that other bullshit. Now it's designed to replicate a mouse and keyboard experience and also a joypad experience. So when you sit on your couch, you just have this in your paw and you're away. You're playing your games, you want to play other games, that's fine. You can go do that. But Command and Conquer, things like that, they work. I'll save like my overall impressions till the end, but the key thing to know about this is it generally works. It's better at some stuff than it is at others. It's a bit of jack of all trades and master of none, really, because you can play Civilization, for instance, and it's fine. It's real-time strategy, turn-based, that sort of thing works okay. For playing a first-person shooter using it as a mouse, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that sensitive, and the lack of a second stick really hurts it as well, in my opinion. But I will get more onto that after the tour, which you're about to see right now. So enjoy that. Okay guys, here we are with a closer up look at the Steam controller. You can see it's a little bit different from most controllers, primarily because the buttons are here rather than here. Now the stick is very nice. You have a stick here, you have your 4 face buttons, your back and forward buttons are here. And of course, this is your home button, which will also connect it to the included wireless dongle. You have triggers, which, although they have movement to them, they do have a button at the end of it as well. And there's not a lot of movement before it hits that button. Bumpers, they're a little bit higher up, so it's not quite comfortable to get to them. You have a micro USB port here, or a mini, I forget which one. It doesn't charge, I'll show you why in a minute. But it's so you can update the firmware, although you can also do this wirelessly. It's just quicker to do it with the included USB cable, and it even comes with a USB extender as well. So if you're having a bit of trouble getting signal to your dongle, you can bring it forward a bit, which is a nice idea. Now here are the 2 stars of the show really, the touchpads, the much vaunted touchpads. This takes the place of your right stick or your mouse cursor, and this basically takes the place of your D-pad. They're both capacitive touchscreens even, they're pads, so what I'm talking about. And they also, you can click on as well, so there is that element to them, although I have seen very few games actually use this. It also has triggers on the underside, here and here. You can see, get some light on it, there you go. Now, just quick look inside, you open up the back by sliding this job and it pops it out, there you go. There's the inside of it. Now it runs on 2 AA batteries. They do supply you 2 Duracells, which is a thing nowadays, which is nice. So if they're going to supply you batteries, they may as well give you good ones. And there's 1 in either handle, which pretty much eliminates the option of having some sort of replaceable battery pack, which would have been nice, to be fair. I mean, if you can do it on the Xbox One, you could have done here, but it's to keep this part of the controller slim up. Oh, I've just turned it on. Never mind, you can see it lights up while it's trying to find the damn thing. It may even find it. Who knows? It's found it actually. That's quite impressive, seeing as I'm nowhere near my PC at the moment. So, good range! Oh yes, and to turn it off we just hold it down. How nice. But you can modify this quite significantly in the big screen mode of Steam. There's vibration. You can actually turn the vibration off and replace it with 8-bit noises, which gets quite annoying after a while. You can also change turn on and turn off sounds as well if you want. So anyway, coming back to the batteries, you think they're pretty well in there, but they've got these little sort of hooky dealies here, And I'm not even pointing them. There they are, right here. Let's see if you can see that. And all you do is, just try not to turn the fucker on again. You go in and you press it upwards. And it just boink, and out comes the battery. So, just, ooh, like that. Ha. That was easy. And they just go back in like that, and there you go, back in again. So there's your tour of the controller. It's well made, well put together. There's a lot of options on it and a lot of customizability. Let's go back to my conclusions. Right, now you've seen more of the device, let's talk about some of the stuff it can and can't do. It is pretty customizable. They've added a lot of stuff on there, and it's all remappable, and there are games on Steam which actually have the developers coming up with their own mapping for it, such as Civilization 5. So that's a really nice thing, so you can use the controller in the most efficient way possible with that game. It works really nicely for that, no qualms about it. But, and here's the big but in regards to this device, it doesn't replicate a mouse and keyboard experience well enough to be a replacement, and it doesn't replicate a joypad well enough to be a replacement unless you don't need the second stick, because the second stick is mapped to the trackpad. The first stick is lovely. It's a lovely feeling stick. It's got a lot of play in it, and it just feels really nice to use. The buttons are a little bit smaller than Xbox One buttons, and they're in the wrong place. That's unfortunate, because on all of the current popular joypads, so the PS4, the Xbox One, the 360, all that, the buttons are where the trackpad is, not down here where the other stick would be. So when you're playing a game, you immediately press the wrong button because you're used to being in a different position. Now that's something you can get used to, so there's that. But you also have the fact where they're pushing this whole couch PC experience. Yeah, overall, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent and talk about their overall business strategy for this. Now, so they're releasing Steam boxes, which are basically custom PCs. Your Steam Link, so you can stream it. Okay, fine. And obviously, they want to get you on the couch. They want to be a viable alternative to consoles in that regard. But a PC can already do this. All new graphics cards, and a lot of the older ones, come with HDMI ports. So it's as easy to hook up to your TV as a console. You can use joypads, you can use a Xbox One controller on it, no problem. And a mouse and keyboard, okay, you sat on your couch, mouse and keyboard will be a problem. So you go and pay £40 for this, although it is on Steam, so it is subject to sales when those come on as well. But you pay £40 for this, or you pay £12 for this. Those are going to show up. There we go. This is called a hobby board, right? It's got a little beanbag under the bottom, which is nice and comfy on your lap. It'll fit a mouse and keyboard. It even has a fucking drinks holder on it. And that's £12. So you do the math there. You have wireless mouse and keyboard, you want to play in your living room, hook your PC up to your TV, have a go on your couch, with your hobby tray, mouse, keyboard, right there, far better experience. So I really think they're chasing a niche that doesn't really exist. It's already filled. It's already concreted over with the ability to buy micro ATX cases and have it snuck away in your media center and things like that. So I can understand why they're doing it, but I really think they need to stop. It's like Steam, Valve, honey, have a think. It's already here. Half-arsing, I say half-arsing, it's a really well-made controller, it does a lot of things, but like it won't give you an equivalent experience to either a joypad or a mouse and keyboard. Now, the kinetic pad on it is it's got two modes to it, so it does try. So when it's a mouse, it just does a general rumble as you swipe your thumb across it, which is fine. But when it's in a sort of camera's second stick mode, it has like a definitive thunk. It's got tactile feedback, so it's almost like there's a big switch inside going thunk, 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 depending on which way you're swiping. So that's nice because it does give you that definitive feedback as to where it's going. But if you know what else gives you definitive feedback? A fucking stick. Yes. Overall, I've had it for about a month now. I used it the first few days, and then really I went back to my Xbox One controller and keyboard and mouse for the various games. I mean, I don't play on the couch at the moment because my TV's 1080 and my monitor's 1440, so that seems like a stupid thing to do. And also my chair's really comfortable at my desk. But even if I was sat on the couch, I just wouldn't use it. There's better alternatives which you can get together for less money. So it just doesn't feel any niche. The only place I can see this controller really going well is if you're going on holiday, you take your laptop, and you don't want to fuck around by putting a load of extra peripherals into. You're just like, I'll just take the Steam controller. Makes sense to me. But I mean, if you're going on holiday, are you really going to be sat there playing games for so long? Well, unless you drag your kids somewhere that's boring. Like, I don't know. I don't go anywhere, so I literally don't know. Anyway, that's my impression of Steam controller. It's a nice piece of kit, but it's totally frivolous for your gaming needs. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let us know by commenting and subscribing. And of course, if you totally disagree with me and think the Steam controller is the best thing since sliced bread, let us know in the comments below, and I shall attempt to defend my position. That's all for now, guys. You'll see your Snare on Tuesday, and we've got another Let's Play coming out on Saturday as well. I don't know what it'll be yet, but we've got a bit of a back catalogue, so we'll pick a good one for you. For now, take care, and take it easy, guys.
And if you threw a piece of cheese at the floor, it would bounce along like a piece of cheese.
Cheese doesn't bounce?
It does if you throw it hard enough. Anyway, listen, okay, I don't want to see any more flaccid penis creatures of other people, but the risk is much higher as well.
Yeah, it's not just a PvP area either. It's an area that allows PvP, but there are AI enemies in there, and they're all hella tough. It's definitely designed for cooperative play in there.
Yeah, and I'd actually suggest